Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be opening up, or revealing I suppose since I've already opened them, some of my many pins that I got from Japan. This I actually got in Kyoto. So this was near one of the big shrines we went to. And I was really excited because I saw all these different pins that you could have gotten. They were all Pokemon themed. And I was like, I really want this one because it was the prettiest one. Put in my money into the gacha, and it's exactly what popped out. I was with Jasmine when I did it, furthering this conspiracy that she's a witch who won us a bunch of stuff in Japan. The backing is really nice for such a cheap little machine. It's gonna stick on really nicely. It's got a nice finish on it. As you can see, like, it's dense. So it's just really good quality. So this one I got at the Hello Project store. It's an Ayumi pin. And it came with this one as a coupling to it. I also got this in that random little Star Wars store. And I was happy that I got Return of the Jedi because this is actually one of my favorites. Empire is my absolute favorite one, but Return is great. I'm just worried that it's gonna get scratched, so I didn't really wear it a ton. I try to be super careful with this one just because of the finish it has on it. I've seen gold-plated reflective pins and they usually scratch really easily. This one I got at Tokyo Disney Sea. There was one at Tokyo Disneyland that I ended up not getting, but Jacob got it. It has Mickey, Goofy, and Donald on it. And then down here at the bottom are some sea creatures. It kind of seemed like, from what we could gather, and obviously from the imagery it's pretty obvious, but from what we can gather from the storytelling is it seemed like this year's theme was really heavily focused on sea monsters. And there was a show that they performed on the waterfront where these witch sisters from the ocean were controlling Mickey and his friends. And Minnie came and saved the day, which was really cool. But I like the imagery on it. I like Goofy's outfit because he looks like a knight. It's very reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts for me. And this pose is cool. So this one I got at the Studio Ghibli Museum. I only know a few movies. Jacob is definitely the really big fan. I love Totoro, so that's why I got this one. The pin backing is surprisingly a little bit cheaper than the gacha machine. It's a little bit more difficult to get off. The metal is kind of already bent in the back, so it's harder to take off. But I guess in that sense, that means it's not going to come off as easily. But it's definitely a little bit lower quality than some of the other pins that I got that were cheaper. This one was, I think, $5, so it wasn't too expensive. But this one was only $3. So if we're comparing quality, this one's a little bit lower quality, but the finish is really nice on it. I think the front looks a little bit more luxe. The way that it was painted, the way that it was finished looks a little bit more luxe. It's just the actual metal work seems a little bit lower quality. This one I got at the Disney store in Shibuya. So the whole big theme right now in the Disney store is teen Disney. So I remember when I was younger, I remember seeing things that were very similar to this and these types of color schemes, so it's cool to see this being brought back. This was another one that I got at the Hello Project store, and I got it specifically in the lavender color because I love Sakura and this is my favorite color. I was wearing that a lot throughout Japan, and I got a lot of very interesting looks from people who I don't think realized that Momosu is even still a thing. So speaking of Sakura, I also got this button. My friend Aika thought that it meant Sakura as in the city, and I had to let her know that it's a Momosu member, which she did not know. There were a couple people who asked me, "Oh, you've been to Sakura. Did you like it? Was it pretty?" And I was like, not that Sakura. Thank you, though. So then this was a Gengar pin that I got at the Pokemon Center. As you can see, some of the paint has already kind of washed off. I don't actually think this is paint. I think this might actually just be some type of finished cardboard that was painted on or maybe printed on. It got ruined in the rain, so I immediately took it off and put it away. Jacob said he was gonna try to paint it and try to fix it for me, but it got ruined in the rain, so I'm trying to be really careful with it. But if we're talking about low quality pins, this was the lowest quality one because it obviously didn't have any type of finish on it. The actual pin itself feels a little more like cardboard or paper, and the backing is held together, which is interesting. There's a lot of them that have these backings, and these are a little more difficult to get on and off. They stay very, very well if you are pinning them onto something. It's just they're kind of difficult to get on and off if you want to quickly transfer them to something. This was a pin that I got at the Pokemon Center as well. It's an 8-bit Evolution, so this one is obviously Espeon. And there was one of each one. They were $8. I wanted to get one of each, but I also wanted to save more money for the gotchas because I clearly like buying those. But this one was really cute. And then this is the very last pin I want to open you. I'm just gonna cut this open. This isn't working. It had the pins of a bunch of the heart stations, and I wasn't sure which one I was gonna get, and I was really surprised that I got Riku. This one is really cool. It's got that classic artwork from Chain of Memories. I really love Chain of Memories. It's one of my favorite games. I know a lot of people aren't really about the card system, but because I am such a card slut, I really like it. It does have this pin back on it, so I haven't actually used it on anything, but I think I'm gonna put it on like a pin curtain or something that I can hang up. But I really love how reflective and shiny it is. They literally had one for every single character, and I was really surprised that I got Riku and not something newer, which I'm not mad about. So thank you so much for watching. This has been the end of this video of random pins that I got in Japan. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!